night, Majik Media. David Adams, a.k.a. The Black Stig. We're rocking live like we do every Tuesday. Every Tuesday from 8:30 on. Starting at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or Eastern Daylight Time, depending on what time we're in.
Thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but these
We're just having some fun here, rocking live. I've got the swag going on. Got the attractioneering shirt, as you can't see. Got the attractioneering mask and my my attractioneering drinks glass with some Highland Park 12 in it. Good times.
got a couple chains on me 'cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. 'Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro.
Yeah, so we're just out here having a good time. David Adams, once again, a.k.a. The Black Stig. It's what we do. It's how we roll. I'm actually going to take this mask off because I'm getting a lot of CO2 and not a lot of O2. O. So much better. Here, I can wear it like most people in the freaking stores do. Or like, no, they wear it like this. Like this is going to do something.
It hides their neck beards.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Hide my neck fats. So how are you doing today?
Why?
Because you're here. And there's a microphone in front of you. There's a corgi just walking away. Are you alright? Oh, we lost her. She's gone. She's got corona now. She drank water too fast.
Got the inability to drink.
She drank water too fast. Now she has corona.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. It's a terrible
That's really
thing.
how they got it.
That was it.
Actually, they're saying it was like some kind of hybrid.
That really hurt, didn't it? That really sucks. I'm sorry.
I mean, no more than usual.
No more than it usually is when I try to inhale water.
Yeah, pretty on par.
Yes.
Par for the course of inhaling water.
So, I guess we kind of have to, let's get the elephant in the country out of the way first. Trump is an ass, and
I think that's putting it way too lightly and way too jovially.
I know. I gotta move my camera over here so I can get some more. There we go. How's that? I gotta adjust my backdrop, our high tech, super expensive backdrop. This cost me $70 whole, guys. There we go. How's that? It's not gonna fall, is it?
Sometimes.
It'll probably fall, like right on us. So, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and it's like super bad, and not like super bad. It's super bad. The riots that have been going on, the protests are separate from the riots, but they happen to coalesce, kind of like orgasm and ejaculation. The two things are separate entities.
Or sneezing and ejaculation if you're 0.08% of men.
Yes. Or 0.0% of men.
Which is none.
Which is none men.
None men.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting that
Interesting. I wouldn't say it was the right word for it.
Well, it's interesting that devastating is what the overall effect is. Interesting in that people are taking the opportunity to do things like steal cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory.
I think that's exactly what the Purge movies told us would happen.
Oh yeah. Well,
is it not?
But crime isn't legal. No, he's not helping the situation.
No, but if a massive amount of people have now decided that something needs to be done, then of course other people are going to take it as a free for all.
Well, yeah.
Because it's lumped in as like, oh, are you having a bit of cake? Or I will also have a bit of cake. But one person's having a bit of cake because they have that sugar thing where they actually need to have sugar, and the other person's having a bit of cake because they're a fat bastard. Like.
All right, I think it's more like somebody's having a bit of cake to keep their insulin levels up.
That's what I'm saying.
And diabetes is what you're going for.
Yeah.
And the other person's having a dessert beer. Like, it's just, these are, like, the protests, I'm all about the protests.
Mm-hmm.
I will 100% support any person in any country's right to protest. Good on you. Go protest. I'm not big on the whole rioting thing.
What is your distinction?
Is something on fire?
Because Stonewall was a riot, and events like Stonewall are the reason that we have Pride Month.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, people have brought up numerous times that following the riots following Martin Luther King's assassination led to the Civil Rights Act of 1968. So, I mean...
So he really did a lot more.
He did a lot.
Like, I don't think if he was just some rando that it would have done anything. I would argue that his work is the reason that happened.
And if I'm not misquoting, I believe, and I'm paraphrasing, Martin Luther King said something along the lines of "rioting is the voice of the unheard."
Yeah, something like that.
So I mean, it's pretty damn dramatic though that it has to come to that. It sucks, and we're kind of doing that thing. I think the people who aren't part of the protests, who aren't part of the riots, are doing the best thing by treating it kind of like Corona and just saying, I'm gonna just chill here. And that's what I was trying, like when I made my post. One of the things I was saying in that post on my personal Facebook, for those watching this later on, was if you're not part of the protest, like if you're not part of the march, not part of the protest, stay home. And I'm not saying stay home like go be afraid of this. I'm saying stay home as in don't get in the way of it, and don't give a crowd a reason to become a mob. I think people, when things that are peaceful, sometimes, not all the time, obviously, sometimes things are go from peaceful to riotous. It sometimes is because, it's a trigger, and it's one person that honked the horn the wrong way, or did something stupid. All it takes, it's like, I don't know if you ever watched, there's a cartoon that was on Cartoon Network called The Boondocks.
No.
Yeah, it was funny. And
wasn't that an 18 plus thing?
Yeah, it was on Adult Swim. And
you say Cartoon Network, and that was never my Cartoon Network.
Oh,
we
yeah,
never
well,
had the after hours.
Oh, well, anyway, the short version is Huey said all that has to happen to get a black crowd angry is someone throw a chair. And like towards the end of it, they were trying to get their granddad out of a tough situation, so he just threw a chair in the middle of it and was like, I'm mad, and they all just started like throwing chairs and breaking windows and stuff. And I'm like, literally, sometimes that's all it takes is like, it's already such a tense, even though people are peaceful, it's such a tense situation in and of, just because of the atmosphere of it all, that something as simple as someone throwing a chair is just it's that switch. And it breaks like a strand of spaghetti, like a strand of uncooked spaghetti. It just goes, and it sets everything off. So that's why in my post, not that anyone listened to me, because, I mean, I'm just a normal. Yeah, there's no reason to. There's the whole avoid it if you can. Like
avoid, but okay, maybe you're not going to downtown with everyone, but you shouldn't be doing nothing.
What do you mean?
You just said that if you're not going to be actively part of the protest, stay home.
If you're not going to be, because you don't want to be. If you're not going to be part of if you're not going to be part of that, all you're going to do by being out in it is either be in the way of the march or the protest, or they're going to be in your way.
Why would they be? I don't understand that.
Especially because if with certain times when there's a lot of times when there's marches / protests, there's a lot of police presence. There's a lot of police cars and stuff blocking roads and funneling. So if let's say they block the intersection of 116th and Cumberland, and you're trying to go to Topgolf for some odd reason, now you have to now you're inconvenienced slightly because now you have to turn around, go back down, go up, go down go across 106 and back up. So the reason why I say that is because all you're doing is you're just adding to the amount of like I said, you're creating a situation now where these people are in your way and either inconveniencing you, or you're creating a situation where you're just you going out and about could be impeding the flow of that. And again,
what you're trying to say is don't go out unnecessarily to shop.
Yeah, unless you and like I said, all the stores were closed. So unless you have to be out there, unless you absolutely have to be out there, or unless you're part of the marches or the protests, just avoid it. And the best way to do that is to just chill. If it's 2-3 hours long, pop in a movie, watch it, go out after the movie's over. That's just how I feel about it. Avoid the situation if you can. And like I said, like my mom confirmed when I spoke with her, most of these things are peaceful. Most of these are peaceful demonstrations. Strong 99 to 99% of them are peaceful demonstrations. But if people are going there already thinking that there's going to be someone to have backlash against it, especially if you're driving the wrong type of car, especially if you're the wrong color going out there, it's going to be, it might turn into something that it didn't need to turn into. I was just watching a video where there was a protest going on in Atlanta, and a gentleman was just driving his car home, he was just driving home, and he happened to have to go cut through that section where they were out there. And as he was driving through, because he had a nicer car and because he was white, someone picked up a brick and got ready to throw it towards his car. He took off. I was like, and he's like, what's crazy is I'm a supporter of Black Lives Matter. I'm just not out there protesting, and I happen to drive a really nice car.
But how is everyone supposed to know when and where each protest is, babe?
I'm not saying that you should know that, but what I am saying is, if you know there's going to be a protest, like we didn't get like 4 days of advance notice. We got 12 hours, I think.
Yeah, but that's something that you knew, and if I didn't know you, we wouldn't have known it all.
Right, but then I was arming people with that information. I was giving that's part of the spread of the knowledge, part of the word of mouth. It's spreading the knowledge. Like, hey guys, look, if you can read this, if you're reading this now, and between the hours of 1600 and 1800, you do not absolutely 100% have to be out in town during that point in time, or you are not part of this march. Avoid it.
Yeah.
If you can.
That makes sense. I just don't know why that's the focus. Like, why, like, that I think that goes without saying.
Not to everyone. There are people that are like, well, I just got off work. I need to go shopping. And it's like, they knew about people that will have full knowledge that this stuff is going on, but I need eggs. Well, and they can't wait the 2 hours. Okay. And it's like, well, the stores are closed anyway. Well, I'm going to go out and find a store. Why? Well, okay, we'll drive the other way. No, that's my route.
Okay, but those people aren't, those people aren't, those are the same people that ignored COVID when it was really, really bad.
I understand that. I think you're missing what I'm saying. Though that because of those, I'm going to go back to what I was saying earlier. Because those situations are maybe not outwardly tense, like extrinsically tense, there are people that are already there expecting that backlash, and because those people are, hey Brian, because those people are already expecting that backlash, especially if you're the kind of person that's going to be like, I have the right to be out here too, and my store is right there, I'm not going to drive around a big circle to get there. Those people could potentially cause something otherwise peaceful, that spaghetti strand that I was talking about, to break, because they want to sit there and they want to honk at people because there's a big crowd of people crossing the intersection of 116th in Cumberland or Brooks School and 126 or whatever.
No, I understood what you're saying. I think you're just focusing on the wrong. Nothing you say, nothing anyone says is going to control that very small population of people.
I get it.
So that was all I was saying. Just of all the things that spreading the knowledge when you know a protest is going to happen, and you know all of the inward things that we can be doing, or joining the
Wait, did you say inward or N-word?
Inward.
N-word.
Inward.
N-word.
That's why I'm pointing to myself.
Not at me.
That's just more productive, I feel, than like you stupid people that are going to be stupid, don't be stupid. Like, that's all I was trying to say, is making a post about it isn't going to help, because I wouldn't say that anyone on your friends list is one of those people.
Probably not, no.
And
although I've seen some posts that do make me go, ooh,
right.
You might be one of those people. What happened? What happened to your heed?
I got bludgeoned by David.
Yeah, that happens.
That's very rude.
I do that. I have done that. Like, just like 3 minutes ago. Like, it was on. You'll have to rewind the DVR function.
I died.
I brought her back though, because we have a show to do.
Anyway, I just think, like, a post, if you feel like the need to make a post, some of that feels redundant.
I get it.
Hey, animal abusers, don't abuse animals.
Yeah, but
rather than educating people on, like, some of the more productive posts I've seen have been educating people about the history on a word, or explaining how culture can, expressing to people in many ways, why, non-preachery ways of why this is important is far more productive than telling stupid people not to be stupid.
Right, but it also could be a situation of you because you never know who's on the other end of that post. It may be someone who was thinking, oh, I'm just going to go out and see what it's about. And they may read that and go, actually, you know what? You're right. I'm just going to chill out and avoid it. The talking people down off the ledge type of thing. Hey, you're on the cusp of this idea. Do you really think about it? Do you really need to be out there? No, don't go. If you're going to go march, by all means, go march. Go enjoy it. I'm pretty sure that you'll meet a bunch of fantastic people.
It's June.
What's that?
It's June.
It is June. I will karate chop you. And yeah, so I mean that, but that's just it. That's all I was getting at, is that, like, guys, if you're considering it, don't, unless you're gonna go be part of it. And if you are gonna go out there, be safe. If you are gonna go out there and march, just everyone be safe. If you see something that looks stupid, GTFO. You know, don't hang around to see what's going on. Try to get that 15 seconds of World Star. That's how people get rubber bulleted in the eye. I don't want to get rubber bulleted in the eye, personally. I think that would hurt. So what happened to your heed?
I said.
No, I didn't bludgeon you. Stop it.
I said I died.
But if you are telling people, if you are telling people, if you don't want to join in the march, don't go out, could be supporting the cause still by letting them, well, yeah, hey. Text
wow,
limit.
you met the text limit.
Nice.
Try doing it again, but no spaces, so every other word has to be lower, and so upper caps, lower caps, upper caps words.
Camel case all of your... That's funny.
See
No,
if you can get more in.
I get it. I understand. I don't want to impede on people's rights to protest and march, and I don't want people to start something from turning... I don't want people to start from doing silly. I don't care what your views are on all this. I don't care if you hate black people. Just keep it to yourself. It's just don't let the people that don't care what color you are march and think that, hey, everyone should be treated equally, like actually equally, and not.
Well, we can't. You should care that there are people that hate black people because they're the people that are getting in the way of it.
They are, well, but unfortunately, all we can do is meet those people with education and examples.
Right.
And not examples. Sorry, example.
That's not caring. That's not caring.
Right. I know that's not caring, but the problem is, I've talked to those people that don't like me simply because I'm black.
How have you talked to them? They won't talk to you.
No, they will talk. Trust me, they'll talk to you. You might not like what they have to say, because they'll lump you in with a bunch of stereotypes, but it's they'll definitely talk to you. They'll talk at you, is what I should say.
Yeah.
Because they're definitely not trying to have a conversation. They're definitely not there to listen. I'm pretty sure there are there are a few racist white people, or bigoted, I'm not going to say racist, bigoted people out there of any race that are willing to listen to another side. They're just so ingrained in what they've experienced throughout life, or what they've been told, that this is how they see the world. But all it would take is a few people showing them, hey, this is the way things really are. This is how these people really are. They're just like you and me. They just were born somewhere else, or their family is from somewhere else. Instead of, oh. Yeah. I mean, and, well, the racists, the quiet racists are the problem. One of the things that I try to, like in Fisher's Chatter, one of the things I try to tell people, and I try to say it very politely, is, hey, when you sit there and you say, hey, forget Black Lives Matter, what about all lives matter? You're devaluing the message that Black Lives Matter is trying to say. And all you're doing is you're making yourself seem like a bad person, because you're trying to take away what these black people are what black people and the people of other races as a whole are trying to come together and get the message across of, that black lives aren't underneath white lives by something. And maybe you're not saying that, out loud, but by saying, well, all lives matter, you're trying to bring down that message, like, hey, these people that are getting these unjust treatments of black people, and it's not like it's just slightly, it's strongly unjust treatment. Like it's a strong skew in the negative of unfortunately white cops against black people.
The one I really liked, and also both types of racist people are the problem, because it's the loud ones that are projecting onto the youth. It's the loud ones that say, I don't like black people because they're smelly, that tell kids that, and then kids purport that and get that mixed up in their little heads.
Yes.
So the quiet ones are the more dangerous,
yep.
But it's the kids that are taught by the loud ones that turn into the quiet ones. So they're both equally dangerous. Any message that you say to a kid is it's repeated enough, is going to get into their unconscious bias.
Absolutely.
And then the thing I liked about the Black Lives versus All Lives Matter that I liked was, it was a skit where he's like, hey, I'm gonna go help this guy fix his stuff, and the other guy's like, what about my stuff? And he's like, is your stuff broken? No. Okay, cool. Mine isn't either, so I'm gonna go help him fix his stuff that's broken. Well, my stuff. It's not broken.
But that's what that's exactly what they're doing. It's like, look, this systemically, things are very strong in the bias towards being a white person in America. And if you're especially if you're a black male, life sucks.
They're watching actions, but they're also, more importantly than that, is schools are not multicultural enough. you're getting a month to talk about Black history. It's not ingrained throughout the curriculum that all of those things are represented and all of those things have value.
Right.
We're still very much in a very white school culture where white curriculum is taught. There's very few schools, very few teachers that will focus on what they call African American authors because they do want to focus on America, right? Kids learn by what they get around them, and the lack of messages about it, the lack of representation, that all sends a message to these kids.
Yeah, John Henry and Booker T. Washington.
I didn't learn about any, but I didn't learn about American history either.
So
I don't care.
So 6 of one, half dozen
Fuck
the
your
other.
history. No.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But seriously, yeah, you're basically taught about white success. You're given a month to, and they cram it down kids' throats. So it's not even enjoyable. February rolls around.
It's a chore.
No one enjoys February.
Yeah, it's a chore. It's something you go through the motions of until the 28th or 29th.
It's just not. It starts at school, and I was talking to you about this. The most important thing I can do as an educator, and the most important things that educators can do, is close the gap and create these environments in schools that are multicultural and accepting and educating. It is important to constantly be correcting ourselves on our previously conceived notions so that we're constantly adapting.
Yeah.
And to make sure that we are stomping down on any level of injustice and making these kids understand that there's real consequences to that. Now.
Yeah.
Not when, because adults like you, at your age, are a lot less likely to change their mind than anyone at the school age.
She's low key just calling me old.
I'm calling you set. There's hope for anyone your age, but we need to put labels on things so that we can appreciate their differences and similarities. You can relate and reach to people in their way of life in the way that we all do already when we relate anything to our way of life. We attach it to our narrative.
Right.
So you can tell me about an experience that you've had, and I can connect to it. That's how we connect it. Everything has to be labeled because not badly, because there's this whole thing as well, and I could go into the discussion of our kids are disabled people with disabilities. Is it okay to call them disabled? Is disabled right? Yeah. Is differently abled any better? That's a whole discussion in itself about what's the correct term for things. We've had this whole thing in the gay community as well. Is gay not encompassing because lesbian is different, and like it's really hard to get to labeling, but it's important to label because if our brain isn't able to appreciate differences, then we're not appreciating people.
Right. Well, and you were teaching me to start using, was it pronoun first?
Person first language.
Person first language.
It's not disabled people, it's person with disability.
Yeah, because you're acknowledging first that they're a person, and then saying, oh, they just happen to have autism or...
Very small percentage of who they are is that.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. But if we don't label it, we can't understand it.
Right.
And we can't appreciate that difference and appreciate the similarities and have cultures that are also beautiful and different, but mixed in to one bigger place.
No, yeah. And like one of the things that I read, I don't know if you want to get to any of the comments. I'm having a hard time seeing them.
I'm responding to what Brad said was, he said about white history, but then your mom was talking about freedom school, which is important everywhere. But also, obviously, in our public schools, not just. Should you say men with blackness? No.
Yeah. No. Because there are certain things when it comes to being black, there are certain bits of our culture that I think are very important. The history that is there. I would like to see us move beyond that bit. I would like to see us move beyond the fact that because my skin color is different, you expect me to behave differently. Because I can't tell you how often around other black men that I'm told I talk white.
Behavior is what we're trying to avoid with that's the thing with person first language, and this is in critical disability discussion more than gender discussion and ethnicity it's basically within this crit. But there are differences that matter for your skin color.
Yes.
Okay?
Like
black hair...
I don't have to use as much sunblock as you do.
Correct, right? Black hair and white hair, very, very different. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So products should be labeled for who they're... for what type of hair type you have. There should be considerations for skin tones not being all that one crayon color in the box when it comes to nude illusion and plasters, band-aids, and makeup palettes, foundations, all of that are those things that need to exist, because if they exist for a white person, they should exist for a person of color.
Absolutely.
Even square. Yeah. People get tired of fighting and being angry and upset. And that's another stereotype that you have to fight against all the time.
Which one?
About black people can't be angry without being the angry black person.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's not a white person thing.
Unless your name's Kyle.
I'm just a bitch if I'm angry.
Yeah, because you're a woman.
But you can't be... No, you have the angry black girl and you have the angry black man.
Yeah.
It's never the angry white chick. It's Karen or bitch or, your race has nothing to do with how angry you are. But those are the stereotypes that we need to squash at school. Karen, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, but Karen, who cares? Karen has nothing to do with their skin color. Karen's this fucking haircut.
Yeah.
Karen's a haircut.
Well,
and let me talk to your manager.
Yeah, Karen is a state of mind. There are absolutely black Karens out there.
But there's not, so we need to dissect what's important to differentiate on skin color, and it's mostly vanity things, honestly. I would pretty much, there are certain biological differences that will always be different until we all turn back into one race, because, there will always be biological differences. But none of that has anything to do with your personality, with what you can do in life, with your education. Has nothing to do with any of that. Yes, exactly. It carries a lot of weight to be the angry black woman, and that's not something you should not be a character trope. I am waiting. Avatar's supposed to come out in 2022.
2022, yeah.
Avatar 2 is supposed to come out in 2022. So, but yeah.
Well, I am, and so part of me in that vein is wondering how much of that is going to be muddied, not in 10, 20, 30, 50 years, but in 100 years. Because there are things that our children, we don't have kids, but there are things...
Mama, what do you know? We got a kid between our legs.
There are things that the generation now that's coming up in grade school look back even 50 years ago, and they can't believe that things were the way they are, that people thought that way. Like, how could you possibly have thought that, this was okay, or that was okay, or looking at 100 years ago, how in the world could you have possibly thought that it'd be okay to own someone?
B, they can't believe that we fucking didn't grow up with fucking Apple devices.
Well, exactly, but I'm saying
there's a
more.
lot.
But as far as like the treatment of other persons, I've spoken to people in not even like in like the 5th and 6th grade that when you talk about like segregation, like white person only water fountains, they're like they can't imagine having and I'm talking to white kids. They're like, I can't imagine not having a black person just because they're black.
I've told you I've got a white supremacist kid in my class, right?
Really? No, you didn't tell me that.
I have and this is where the danger lies, okay? We have a 5th grader coming on up whose parents are telling him things, and to his mind, that makes sense.
Yep, because he doesn't know any better.
So no, there are really, all that's gonna, yes, these kids are like, yeah, like, this is fucked up. But until we look at legislation, until we tackle it at the, what's the word, like, whole country, wide level.
At a national level,
then globally, there's always going to be.
There's going to always be that, and there's always going to be hate and disdain or discourse within people of different races just because of, hey, I don't know who you are. I mean, like, look at anyone from any of the like your Pakistan, your not Turkey, but like Pakistan, even like parts of Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Afghanistan,
but
Iran.
We're a first world country that wants to be a global leader.
Yeah, no.
That's the difference.
What I was getting at though earlier was that I wonder how much of that is going to become muddied at, like I said, 100 years from now because as we go on, every 5 years, interracial couples become more and more accepted.
Every 5 years?
Yeah, about every 5 years. That's about the pattern.
5 years.
That's
so
the pattern.
in our relationship...
There's a vote being cast.
In our relationship, we've become a little bit more acceptable.
Right.
One time.
Right. It's semi-decadal. Every 5 years or so, people come in. It seems like more. You not only do you see more and more interracial couples, but it started with blacks and whites and blacks and Hispanics and whites and Hispanics. And there were, even like most recent, my thing that I see recently that is still not but very shunned upon is when an Indian woman gets with an American man of any race, black, white, whatever. Indian women should only be getting with Indian men.
Yeah, well, the Indians have the caste system.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. So they build this thing where Indians should only get with Indians, but now Indian women are starting to decide, especially Indian women that are born here, they're starting to be like, I like him.
Also, I can go to university and I can become a doctor.
Yeah, so they're like, they go there and they're like, damn. Well, but yeah, so I just wonder, like, 100 years from now, if those gene pools are going to be so far diluted that it's going to be like, well, I don't like white people. Like, what do you think you have in your blood?
That's what I was saying. That's what I was trying to say. Like, when the world was first the world or whatever, and then all the land masses were together before they broke off and stuff. At one point, we was all the same butterfly.
Yeah.
You can't say that for someone's brain, Brad, unfortunately. At 16, with the kids that I work with, that's not necessarily true. There are many people that, with the right amount of wrong information, are pretty set up in their brain to where it's going to take a lot. Done with Neanderthal man. Yes.
Absolutely.
But unfortunately, it's not a given that someone knows right from wrong, and it's especially not a given that someone has the same rights from wrong that you do.
Right. Wrong.
Right.
Wrong.
there is, I mean, we all have this personal narrative going in our brain, and it's, you know, constantly playing, and we're constantly trying to fit new information into our narrative. Our brains are very, very, very biased.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very hard not to see that. So, David and I could go on a date, and I could think it was the most wonderful thing in the world, and he could have thought, oh my god, this was the worst date in the world. And I could just be going along thinking that we had, like, a wonderful time.
Right.
And it's not until we talk about it later that I'm realizing that you're not thinking the same as me.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, like when we went to, when you and I went to Harry and Izzy's, and that black couple was sitting there eyeballing us, and we were like...
you had a harem of white people.
I know. I was like, why are they looking at us so...
I don't know, I felt really self-conscious about what I was wearing. That was a bad night though. Like, that was overall a rough night. Me not eating, then trying to get into 2 separate restaurants and it not working, and then finally going to Harry and Izzy's.
It didn't help that we started off going to, it was you, me, Connor, and Katie, and we started off going to a very casual...
Fridays.
Yeah, we started off going to a very casual restaurant.
Right, so I was...
And then wound up going to the... whatever the antithesis of a casual...
Right, so I was, like, sweaty and gross and, like, not... You know, and then I wasn't feeling good, and then it was a whole thing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're loud as fuck. I would tell him to move. Because because you're fucking screaming at people.
I mean, but you still have people that ask, like, people here in Indiana that ask to have a different server because they don't want to be served by a colored person.
Which is ridiculous.
It's absolutely, but I'm wondering, like I said, that generation is going to die, and yes, they are propagating that knowledge down, or that whatever, that frame of mind down. However,
there's going to be a point at which that's
what I'm saying. Like 100 years from now, when everybody's fucking everybody,
100 years is too far. Is way too far.
I know that, but I'm just saying. I'm thinking
in 100 years.
I'm trying to think of like a time that
in 100 years is going to be that thing. Oh my gosh, where was that? Oh, Carol and Tuesday, the anime I was watching. That's what's gonna happen. In 100 years, we're gonna have this issue where Mars is now inhabitable, and they're calling people from Earth immigrants, and it's gonna be an issue of immigration there.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be.
But are they gonna do that thing where like what's that movie, Elysium, where all the rich people move off of Earth? And now the only people that are left on Earth are kind of like the working, like the slums of the working class.
It was kind of that where some orphans were able to get shipped off to Mars, but so unless we address it at the core, and it's literally gonna be a piece of paper, your passport. No one's gonna be able to tell the difference between you, but it's gonna be on your passport that you were born in Mars or you were born on Earth, and that's going to be enough of a difference.
And that's all people need. Well, that's all people like. I mean, racism is going on for more than way longer than 200 years. You have to go back to the Mesopotamian times, the Egyptian times, when it's to the point where that's the thing that I don't get when it comes to racism, is that people will say. There are people like, okay, let's bring India back into the equation. There are people who in India who don't like other Indians because they're from a different because they're from a different part of India.
Yeah, or even
India's not that big of a country.
Or even in their same community.
India is smaller. India is smaller than Texas. That's like people from freaking Fort Worth not liking people from freaking El Dorado.
Scottish people don't like English people.
Yeah, but you guys don't like Glaswegians, but but no one likes.
Glasgow's fine. Glasgow's fucked, but Glasgow's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
We don't like the Irish or the French.
No one likes the French, first of all.
Hon Louis.
Yeah, Luigi. Can you burn a Luigi board? Oh, no. Are you okay?
Animal abuse.
I am an animal abuse.
Italians and Sicilians. People just want to find a difference.
I know, and it's like you guys are from the same place.
But Sicilians don't make less money than Italians.
Right.
And I think we're derailing too much.
Right. Well, no, but
someone's always gonna think, and that's another thing I really don't like about this country is that they pit schools against each other.
Yeah.
Competitive spirit.
Well, I like competition.
I hate that.
I love competition.
I hate that.
And but what I like about competition is that the way I was raised, because my mom would absolutely pop me upside the head if I thought I was superior to someone just because we did better in a spelling bee. Like, and I don't mean like, oh, we're smarter than they are because we have higher grades. If I was sincerely talking down about someone, my mom would knock me upside the head to remind me that no matter how big and bad I think I am, there's someone bigger and badder. And competition, I think competition is great because competition fuels innovation.
You can have competition within the competition. You don't have to put two schools together against each other.
I mean, you don't.
That's caused real fucking fights and riots.
Oh yeah, I've been at. You gotta remember, I was in the band in high school. I've been in West Jefferson things where I've been. Not only have I been at West Jefferson, I've been at schools where my big sister was doing flag roll stuff, and the losing team said fuck it, and somebody went and got a gun, and my mom was grabbing all of us. And like reaching over, picking Kelly up out of the stands, and we were gone.
So, but I think it's competition's not healthy.
I think there is healthy competition.
Intrinsically, not extrinsically. Your motivation to run a race should be for you to get better. Not, well, yeah. Competition's terrible.
Again, men say he, she instead of just they.
They. I love that. I will never not love that skit. It comes from, I can't remember it's an English comedian that I think is pretty funny, but he just talks like this all the time. Like, there's not much going on. And he goes, there's this word. And, woman. They do this thing. So when a guy is like, he or she, whereas women, they use this word as they.
Yes.
It's never going to be a woman that goes he, she.
Yes.
It's a man that forgets that she exists, but remembers at the last moment and goes he or she.
Yeah, he or she, and I find myself doing it. I'm trying my best to kind of incorporate they and them into my vernacular. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't know.
We're just getting on a tangent.
But that's what it's about. This
I don't like
entire
competition.
show's about.
I'll never like competition. Competition causes excess anxiety and stress, excess emotions towards people that you shouldn't be feeling. It rarely, if ever, remains playful and respectful. Yeah. It's ugly. Competition's really, really ugly.
I see where you're coming from. I do. I still believe that competition can be fun.
School spirit's good.
Yeah, I still believe that competition can be fun. I'm pretty sure that if like Brad and I were to go to the range, there would definitely be some competition to see who can get the highest score, who could be the most accurate shot.
Right.
I disagree about your competition. No, competition is healthy if we teach the benefits of winning and losing. Michael Jordan admitted he would have not been successful without his competitive drive. Actually, I haven't seen our dogs in an actual proper competition.
Our dogs have never been in a competition. Everything I do for my dogs, I do for their mental well-being. I will never enter them in a competition to do with the purpose of doing better than someone else. I will enter a competition.
Yeah.
For them to practice.
Well, let's go with that then. Let's take that as the asterisk. Let's say that that competition should be to better yourself, not to be better than someone else. I said that. I know what I'm saying. But let's take it and let's use that as our definition of healthy competition.
That's what I think healthy competition is. And Michael Jordan talked about the shot. Yeah, that's fine. But if your only goal in
Is to be better.
competing is to fucking shut down someone else and make them feel small about their achievements and experiences. That's what most competition is.
But that's what's crazy about, like, so most non-professional top level gamers are in the lower third of salary income. These aren't people that make $250,000 a year. These are people that make like $48,000 a year, and it's interesting to me that that's the dichotomy, because it's like, I wonder if, like you were like you were saying, like I wonder if, like, somehow, some way, does that them being where they are in life, their status in life, is when they start to play video games and now they're really good at it, do they say, oh, well, this is how I can assert my dominance, I can be better than people?
Or people with external influencers feel that if you're good at something, that you should be trying to be the best at it.
I know what I'm really good at.
But yeah, every frisbee competition, every like every show they've been in, everything that Morms has ever done has been for Morms to be able to do that.
Like the trick competition that he did at that dog show.
The trick competition that he did at a dog show was nothing. We entered a frisbee. What do they call it? It's not called frisbee. Fly disc. Disc dog competition. We're in a disc dog competition. I'm shit at throwing frisbees. We're already at a deficit, but Morms is practicing how to do that shit, and it was, you better cover that brand name up.
No, we're doing so. Maddie bought these for me because let me get the mic close. Maddie bought these for me because every time we walk past these in the store, we gag, like we almost throw up in the store.
Do you know what? I should have gotten the ice cream to go with it.
Oh no, the cereal.
The yogurt.
Oh, come on. I'm trying to tell a story. So we try to.
We're gonna try them.
Every time we see these, we're like, "Oh God, that's gagging. That's terrible.
It's absolutely gagging.
Absolutely terrible." But she bought them, and then I was gonna open them. She's like, "You should open them on the show."
We're gonna try them now. I want to look at the ingredients though.
I want to say
noticed they look a bit weird.
No, I don't like the soft and chewy Chips Ahoy. I like the crispy. The only way they can be soft and chewy is if you take the crispy ones, put them in the microwave for a few seconds, let them get warm and soft.
I'm excited.
I am not excited. No. They open here.
No, they open there. They open the way I want them to open.
That's true. They do open the way. Whatever way you open them is how they open at that point.
To be fair, I think Chips Ahoy shit. Like and not to be elitist. Oh, they're small.
Oh no. That smell.
Ooh.
That smells wrong.
Ooh, I'm all about this.
It smells like Sour Patch Kids and chocolate chip cookies. Oh, they're stale.
Oh, God.
It's just, oh no. The taste hit. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, that's terrible.
I'm gonna have another bite.
I'm gonna finish it. I have never...
Bruh.
I've never been so drunk that I'd be like, you know what tastes good together?
The Sour Patch Kids rap's definitely been that drunk because they've got a whole line.
Apparently they've only been that high. Bruh, what if you mix our Sour Patch Kids with Chips Ahoy?
Bruh. We need ice cream to go with that.
Bruh. And cereal.
But what do we put with the cereal? We can't do milk.
Yogurt. Oh, it's so bad. Yo, these are terrible.
It's like stuck all in my mouth.
Oh, and the taste.
Oh god.
The taste is persisting.
Mm.
And it tastes as bad as I thought it would. It tastes exactly like I thought it would taste. It didn't surprise me. It didn't surprise me at all. It tastes exactly like I thought it was going to taste.
It tastes so.
That's exactly what I thought it was going to taste like.
What it tastes like
Ugh.
is a vanilla sugar cookie with white chocolate chips and minimal amounts of Sour Patch Kids through them.
But they're not quite sour.
But they're not sour at all.
Do you know what it is? I bet they put the sour in the cookie dough, and that's why the cookie doughs are like that stale texture.
I bet
They're
you
a
do.
stale texture.
Oh my gosh, my baby.
He's looking for the crumbs. You don't want these, Mormo.
I don't know, kid. He can't have them.
No, there's going to be corn syrup in it.
Yeah. I love you.
It tastes exactly like I thought. They're like really bad Swedish fish, white chocolate, and sugar cookies.
No, that's just terrible.
Try a red one.
I don't think it's gonna make much difference, babes.
Try that one.
You try that one.
No, you try that one.
You try that
No,
one.
you try that one.
You try that one.
I don't want to try that
I don't
one.
want to try it. No,
Mm-mm.
sir.
No.
No,
You
sir.
can cover them with yolk. Oh, God. Eat it.
See, that's not even a red. So
It's not even a red one. It's just
that's the white chocolate.
Yeah.
So they've used 3 colors of Sour Patch Kids. They've used
Green,
red, and
Is that orange?
they've used. Oh wait, no, there's orange in there. So they've used all of them. I've used green, red, blue, and orange.
They're missing yellow then.
I don't know. Yellow might be on one of them.
Just put the whole thing in your mouth.
No, you first.
No.
I don't
There's a big foot. There's a Sour Patch foot. There's a foot of a Sour Patch. It's a Sour Patch foot. And I'm not... No. Oh, those were terrible.
You should put some hot sauce on it, says Mom.
I would rather try hot sauce 1,000 times. No, Brad, you have to come try this hot sauce that I got. It's Dave's Insanity ghost pepper sauce. It's
Marms is like
insane.
Marms
plus,
is
plus.
like well into this.
Yeah, he would. If he didn't have the allergies, he would be all about it.
We'll give one to your sister.
She'll probably spit. Oh, she heard you. Oh, our deaf dog heard that. Here she comes.
Bitch, come get your cookie. Come get your cookie, bitch. Bitch, come get your cookie. She's eating that.
It can't taste any worse than
Than shit
than shit.
or celery.
She does eat celery. We have a dog that willingly enjoys celery.
Celery and
She
shit.
was jumping. She saw it and she
No.
was jumping up and down. And she's got DM. And she was jumping up and down when she saw celery. Is it good?
Yep, it's gone.
Oh, God, no. No, girl. Come here.
Just like, yes, please. Sour, sweet, gone.
Do you have anything to say to the audience?
Girl, no.
Girl. Do you have any other words to add?
Inspired by Sour Patch. Sour and
So disgusting.
taste you love.
Yeah, I had to throw some. I had to just chug some scotch to kind of get that taste out of my mouth, and it's still there. It's in my teeth. The teeth I have left. Hi.
Wait.
What?
There's no corn.
There's no corn?
There's no corn. But he can't have it because there's soy. But how did they make the Sour Patch Kids?
Because there's definitely corn in
There's
sour.
there's corn in Sour Patch Kids. Bitch, get out of my face. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Girl! Get your bitch! Get your bitch. Oh, baby boy, I love you. Anyway.
Any hoozle.
No.
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 Those were terrible.
No.
Those take, but
Stuck on a field.
they taste exactly like I thought they were going
Girl,
to taste.
get out of my stuff. No.
I knew they were going to taste like that. Ugh.
Well, they did.
I don't like white chocolate.
I hate white chocolate. This bitch. This bitch.
Ugh.
This bitch.
Oh, God.
Should we just
Ruined
give her
me.
them? Like, I don't get this.
Should we just do what?
Give her them? I don't
No.
get this. No.
How it kind of...
Seriously, they're not that bad.
Yeah.
Like, all things considered, they're not that bad. Ingredients-wise. Oh, man. You know what? It makes my water taste nasty.
No, that sucks. I'm sorry. Wait.
There's no corn. I know.
There's no chocolate.
I know. Because white chocolate's not chocolate, babes. There's no cocoa in chocolate. There's no cocoa in white chocolate.
How's white chocolate made?
It's like the
I thought white chocolate was just like
the non-fat milk and the
Is it just like sugar and milk?
and like I think there's like butter or something in it. It's minging. It's not. It's not
Minging.
chocolate. It's not chocolate. There's no cocoa in it.
These are dog safe.
Pretty well. No, not if they have the soy allergy, which worms and I think cray maybe.
I didn't see. Did we see soy on Trey's allergy panel?
Dude, his allergy panel is so
It was
long.
thick.
It's so long. I have no clue.
It was thick.
I stick to the things we know we can feed him, and I just...
Yeah, anything that's questionable, we just go no.
Nah. Sorry, we'll try again next year.
Yeah, when it comes to him, we're just like, no.
That worked, though. Like, I am pretty chuffed with that. I have to say.
David has a strong intolerance to beef, chicken, corn, mackerel, rabbit, turkey, bruised rice, buffalo, celery, chickpea, corn syrup, cottonseed oil, duck egg, mussel, green peas, rice bran, shellfish, tobacco, and tuna, and white rice.
So no, just
So
worms
no.
them.
Yeah, he's good on soy.
Just worms them.
Anyway, so yeah, I guess they could be dog treats, but
I'm not gonna... No, there's so much crap in there.
they're 160 calories.
For 3 of them.
Well, 3 cookies. That's not bad.
I know, it's not bad at all, in theory. But so are the chocolate chip ones that are that size.
Yeah.
So it's not... You're not really gaining...
You're not gaining anything. Oreos are definitely not.
I fucking hate Oreos.
I like Oreos.
I basically... Chips Ahoy... But I think Chips Ahoy always taste stale like that.
So it's just... Is it just... So it's Nabisco treats you don't like?
What else does Nabisco make?
This.
I don't like
Oreo.
them. I don't like them.
Nabisco makes Rice Krispie treats.
I don't like them over here.
Nabisco brands. Nabisco, no, that's Nestle. I was going to say, doesn't Nabisco own Dasani? But no, that's Nestle.
I also don't drink Dasani water, so that's not really...
Let's see, Nabisco category. Nabisco brands.
Category is Nabisco.
I like Fig Newtons.
Ew.
Nilla's.
No.
Oh, they own Milkbone.
Which we also don't feed to our dogs. You know.
Oh, our brands. Here we go. So yeah, they are Oreo.
Cheese Nips.
You do like Sour Patch.
Eh. But they own Cadbury's. There we go.
I like Fig Newtons. The premium. So those chips, those premium white saltines.
Oh, I hate them.
You don't like
Nips.
crackers. you don't like crackers.
I don't. There's one cracker type I like, and you have seen it.
The cream crackers.
Jacob's cream crackers.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What are you doing?
That's crazy.
I like Cadbury's.
Uh,
Of that, I like Cadbury's. I don't even like Trident gum. I don't use Halls for anything. Cheese Nips. Sorry, I'm gonna keep saying Cheese Nips because that's...
You don't like Triscuits. No one likes Triscuits.
I don't like Belvita either.
Oh, fuck Velveeta.
I've really tried Belvita for their like granola bars and stuff.
Yeah.
They're not good. They're shit. They're shit granola bars. Cadbury's is the only one on that list I can say yes, 100%.
The ones I like off this list are Oreo, Chips
Nips.
Ahoy. I know Cheese Nips. I like Cadbury. I do like Fig Newtons.
Cheese Nips.
Uh,
What's Cheese Nips, by the way?
let's go to their Facebook page and see. Oh, there's just freaking Cheez-Its.
Cheese Nips.
It's the competition to Cheez-Its.
Cheese Nips.
You don't want your cheese nips.
Cheese Nips.
You don't want your nips to be cheesy.
But yeah, so Cadbury's is an English brand, but they've been bought by Nabisco. Oh, Cadbury's owns Swedish Fish and Sour Patch.
Interesting.
Oh, Dad! They've got Dinky Deckers now.
Shush.
Bite-sized Decker bars. Katie, you still owe me my sweets. Please send them.
Please.
I would like my sweets.
Katie, if you've watched this far, please send Dinky Deckers.
No, I would take the Dinky Deckers, I'm not gonna lie. But she's supposed to be sending me my buttons that have
These guys?
no, they have Smarties in the middle. Buttons with Smarties in them. And not the Smarties you're thinking of. They're chocolate.
I was gonna say Smarties are gross.
Smarties are disgusting. But that's not what I'm talking about.
If she could send some, if they have like the dairy milk, but wafery.
Wafery.
Like a
Just
dairy.
like a wafer underneath it.
Yeah. That sounds like that'd be really good.
What is that?
I don't know.
Yeah. Dinky Deckers are kind of like that. I like Deckers.
Are they?
Like a Decker bar. Double Deckers is what they are.
Oh.
Dinky Deckers, Double Deckers, that's cute. There are wafery ones. What are they?
See all products.
What are they?
Oh, I don't like this.
No.
I don't like this layout, guys.
No, it's lame.
Hey, they all, because that's right, they own their Oreo.
Yeah.
I was like, they teamed up with
that's been a while. Like roses, love roses. I'm desperate for a Dinky Decker right now. Tiffin, not a big fan of. That's an Oreo in an entire chocolate bar.
I'd try that.
I don't like fudge bars, but my parents do. It's just the same products over and over.
Yeah, it's the same like 3 products, isn't it?
You go down because it's like chocolate type.
Oh, fuck my ass.
I know. Excuse you. Fries chocolate cream, fries peppermint cream, mint. Turkish Delight, not a fan of. Boost is really an exaggerated, like slightly airy chocolate bar. Boost protein has like 3 grams of protein in it. The Bourneville chocolate is like the upper crust brand of Cadbury's.
Mm-hmm.
Chomp bars are delicious. Crunchies are delicious. Curly Wurlies are mint. Dark milk, double decker, flakes, fudges. Why is there another Boost protein?
Flake is the one that, and this is me just only being able to relate to one thing, but flakes are the ones that Jeremy Clarkson likes to get when he would go on those road trips.
With ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 99 flake. 99p flake. Fudge bars my mum likes. Boost protein, get out of here. Picnics are nutty and I don't like them. I've never had a Cadbury snack shortcake, but that sounds amazing. Star bars are good. There's your waif out. Timeout. It's a timeout.
Oh.
I knew there was one. Timeout.
So it's just the dairy milk.
In wafer. Timeout.
It sounds really good.
It's amazing. Twirls. Twirls are better, in my opinion, and this is a controversial opinion. In my opinion, stop moving it. In my opinion, twirls are better flakes because twirls are flakes, but also on the outside coated in chocolate.
I'd try that.
Wispas are like airy, bubbly chocolate, which is kind of like if you smooshed a twirl, it's still kind of airy and covered in chocolate. Wispa Gold has, I believe, the caramel in it.
Okay.
The brunch chip I've never had. I've never had a brunch bar. That looks amazing. Who cares about the 30% less sugar one? There's original caramel. I don't like soft caramel. Freddos, right? Why am I disowned? What did I say? Oh, because of the twiddle.
Because it's
because of the twiddle. I love twiddles. I love them. And then so they did the dipped flake, and then they did the snowflake. I knew it. I love twirls. Are so convenient. Twirls are so convenient. I do love flake. And then they had a snowflake, was white chocolate with the normal chocolate on the outside, which is the only time that white chocolate's acceptable is on a snowflake. Freddos used to be 10p. 10p a Freddo you'd get. So Freddo's about yay big.
Cool chill.
And it's like the Frogman. Freddos are amazing, and then they've gone up like so ridiculously much.
Everything has.
Cost. No, but Freddo was really disappointing to our culture. When Freddos started going up, we knew the world was going to shit. Jelly. I don't like any of the fruit and nuts, Oreos, whole nuts, jelly pop and candy.
I'd try the Oreo. I would try the twirl. I would try the flake.
I fucking love twirls.
I'll have to go on Amazon and see if I can
love twirls.
Import those.
Old flake adverts from the 70s. That's true. Oh, and then obviously Cadbury's does the cream eggs. But like I said, Bourneville's is the fancy chocolate. These are all basically the same bars, but like more of them. Cadbury's cream egg, the Bourneville buttons, curly squirrelies, loose curly squirrelies. Oh, we never talked about crunchy. I don't know why there wasn't. There was a crunchy up there. Crunchy is honeycomb.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you get the minis. Eclairs are really good. The Cadbury's eclairs are really good. It's what it's really what Werther's
originals
original should be, but it's soft, but it's got chocolate middle. It's amazing. Mini eggs.
Bites.
Yep, mini eggs I love. Buttons I love. I'm just a fat bitch, quite honestly.
Oh my that's like me when I'm sitting there talking to people about alcohol. I'm like, oh my god, I'm
Milk
alcoholic.
Tray is amazing. Heroes are amazing. Those are the good selection box for Christmas. But if you're gonna have one, Cadbury's is way better than Rose's. Yeah, I'm all about this.
Let's fix this.
I am all about this. I'm
There
all
we go.
about this right now. Yep. We've got the drinking chocolate. Highlights are good. Highlights also comes in a mint one. And like I said, Bourneville again, it's just a fancier one. Biscuits.
So is it different chocolate or is it just the same chocolate?
It's different chocolate. It's
Okay.
slightly different. I mean, it's like darker, kind of.
Like a richer chocolate?
It's fine. I don't really care about it.
Okay.
Animals are great. It's like animal crackers, but on the back side of it is chocolate.
Oh, that's fun.
The caramel biscuits is like the caramels, but they have like a biscuity base.
Mm-hmm.
Brownies are not bad. Their cookies are really good. Fingers! I nearly picked up more fingers than I didn't because I'm a fat bitch and I'm really trying not to be a fat bitch. Roundies are good. There was...
On the internet?
Mm.
I don't know. Our stream says we have an excellent connection right now.
But we can't connect to chat.
Is our chat back?
Nope.
Let's try opening up. Let's Oh wait, there we go. It's back.
No, it's not.
No,
you
it's
just
not.
scrolled. You just scrolled.
I did just scroll. Let me. How do you refresh in Safari? Let's just reload the page. Hopefully it's still there. Yeah, it's still there.
We
All
can
right.
hear you.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it just said we couldn't connect to the chat.
Yeah, basically the internet was acting weird, but everything was working. That's why we were just like going on like
Anyway,
nothing
dairy
was
milk
happening.
is amazing.
And
you could go to dairy milk shops and they would have misfit bags.
Misfit bags.
And it was anything that they'd fucked up on but was still chocolate.
Yeah.
Put it in a bag and just give you it. So
Oh, that
you
sounds
wouldn't-
fun.
Well, so you wouldn't know what it was in it, but you'd have like ridiculous amounts of chocolate that you just had to like munch through and
Haribo
investigate.
should do that.
Haribo should.
That would make my life.
A lot of the companies could do it and sell it, but misfit bags from Cadbury's.
I really like Haribo. For those who aren't aware, I'm a big fan.
No, that's a big fan.
That's my biggest fan.
Yes. Yeah. That was a riveting conversation.
It's not like that. We were watching House Hunters and that gay couple. You're like, that's the smallest fan I've ever seen. No correction. That's the smallest ceiling fan I've ever seen. It was like, this thing had like 4-inch blades. I'm like, why is that even bothering to be a ceiling fan? It doesn't make any sense.
It gives a little pizzazz to your ceiling titties.
Well, those ruined my
to your
night.
cheesy nips.
Yeah, those ruined my night, by the way, those cookies. Like,
You have so much other stuff downstairs.
No, I don't. I forgot all about them now. I don't. Oh, those Jaguar Wild Bites.
You have chocolate.
Those are good.
You have...
Well, I don't have cookies.
You know what?
Those are the cookies you bought.
Do you know what's really upsetting about that?
What's that, babe?
Is I was gonna get you, like, the bake yourself ones.
Oh yeah, those are fun. But we have to go grocery shopping anyway. So.
Well, we just need to go to Walmart to get your dog food.
Well, we have to go grocery shopping because like I'm out of coffee. I ran out of coffee this morning.
Oh, really? That would have been nice to know when I
That would have
asked
been nice.
you.
That would have been nice to know when you asked me. Yes.
Mhm.
I wish I would have known that.
Mhm. I wish I would have known that.
That would have been really
get
great
your own
while
coffee.
you were at the grocery store.
Go get your own coffee.
I was actually going to go earlier today when I was running out to go to my meeting, which happened at Chatham Tap, by the way. I had a meeting at Chatham Tap that was fantastic.
Chatham Tat sucks.
They have really
Their
good
food sucks.
They have really good wings.
No.
I mean, you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't
because
know. I don't like wings.
You don't like wings, but Chatham Tap has a really good wing.
Don't like Chatham Tat.
But they have a lot. And they have a mule that I think you would like.
I'm not going. Chatham Tat's hot.
I was going to invite you, but because it was
weird.
because it was actually about work, it would have been weird.
That would have been really weird. I think it's weird when you invite me to go places anyway.
Well, you just don't like going places. You're like, ew, people.
Especially right now. Especially right now.
It was fine. They socially distanced us.
I have to tell you, when I was on my bike ride on Sunday, nobody was social distancing.
Well, I mean that was a gathering of people. You talk about the tournament thing?
What tournament thing?
On
Sunday, when I went on a bike ride on the Monon Trail.
Oh, yeah.
No.
People were protesting there too.
Yeah, at pubs as they took drinks and...
What a better way to protest. That's how I would protest. I would absolutely just, I'd be there, I'd be like, what are you protesting, sir? These prices are too damn high. Another one, please.
You know what, though? Cheesecake Factory deserves to have its shit stolen.
Cheesecake Factory has awful food. Awful food. Awful food. Awful service. They think that they think that they're fucking like higher end
than they really are.
Let's not make Trump.
I'm not sure what's going on, to be honest with you. That's very weird. That's
There we go.
I'll have to figure out what's going on. It's probably something with our internet. Our internet could just be acting funky. I could need to reset the modem.
Funky.
So I'll do that when we get off the air here. But yeah, no, Cheesecake Factory wants to be like this freaking 4-star restaurant. And they're really like the McDonald's of high-end restaurants. They're real like in that range.
I'd rather
have McDonald's.
Would rather.
Yeah.
What Cheesecake Factory thinks is a hot chocolate. Also, they've never once had what I've asked for. Also, they sent you raw food. Also, they're shit. Also,
Cheesecake Factory
cheesecake is shit. I don't like cheesecake.
I like cheesecake, but Cheesecake Factory in and of itself is terrible.
I love you.
I think it's absolutely bad.
I love you.
I tell you what, though, if we're going to be having these connection issues, let's go ahead and just...
And quit it.
Yeah, let's just call
Quit
it a
it
show.
while we're ahead of Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, we've had enough dropouts, and I'll need to do some technical jibber jabber to try to figure out what's going on with our radio show. Not the radio show, but with our internet connection. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, you know what? I'm not sorry. That's just it's just letting us know that we need to end things, and that's how the next
record-breaking phenomenon Parasite.
Oh no, we got ads because I'm on Safari, and I don't have an ad blocker on Safari. There we go. So yeah, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Night Majik Media, David Adams, a.k.a. The Black Stick, Maddie Martin, a.k.a. The Ice Mountain Stick. We will see you guys next time. Same time. We don't know what we'll go to, but that's just the way we do things here at Night Majik Media. We'll see you guys then.
Seen you in seasons, but all I hear is your voice. I know my limits, you can break me down, but I'll stay till the finish line. And I've been counting minutes for quite some time now, just to see you again. And I've been counting days to get away, to see you again, see you again. Been finding ways to get away, to see you again. We got millions of reasons to laugh.